Alright, back to cruise through some more blue decks. We have once again won the die roll. Another exceptional hand. It's another really good thing about this deck. It's just, its hands feel so solid. You've got the Scrylands to make sure that they stay consistent. You've got a couple removal spells. Maybe a board wipe. Just feels good. We're going to play the Temple so that we can play Core Firewalker next turn. Yeah, what the hell. We'll keep another one. What have we got to lose but the match? And he's going to play a Mountain and it's going to feel really good, right? Nope. Ghost Quarter into Vial. I'm expecting some kind of tribal deck here, probably Merfolk. If that's the case, Core Firewalker is not great, but we do get to cast Anger, and he just sticks around and beats. Core Firewalker is such a good card. I like that I'm just playing all these dirtily spells, and they're all great. They're all so great. Our opponent's gonna slow poke around, which is exactly what we want. I also kept Ghost Quarter Vial. Godless Shrine. Okay, so it's probably not Merfolk. I built a black-white zombie deck. Maybe that's what he's playing. I actually wanted to give that a run, but it's a lot more suited against combo. I actually built it when the Jeskai Ascendancy Panic was at its peak, and it absolutely runs over that deck. Putting it on the back burner for now. Vialing something out. Birds. Okay, this could actually just be Pod with Vial in it. Volcanic Fallout. Yeah, we'll keep that. I'd be very interested if this were a Pod with Vial. I think a lot of things that are undervalued in Modern are finding different ways to pilot the same deck. So if someone could put some innovation into Pod, maybe make it even better. Because before the Delph Spells came out, it was the best deck in the format. Arguably. I would say it was. And if there was some way to beef it up even more. So hopefully this game lasts long enough for me to know exactly what he's doing. I'm just gonna swing in here. Hopefully Vial something in and I can Volcanic Fallout. That would feel quite good. Doesn't look like that's what's happening now. Oh, maybe one of my guys is just getting killed. Ah, that's a shame. So I'm kind of tempted to just kill the birds here, but I'm not going to. I feel it's a little too greedy. If our opponent just draws a land or can Vial stuff out, it's basically a waste of a burn spell, and I don't want to do that. Opponent's got Vial at 3 and 2, so we have to be very careful. Well, he drew a land. Looks like this might be a match where Blood Moon's okay. Rest in Peace is very cool. Before we do anything, I'm going to attack. Hopefully flash something in, and again, I can blow him out of the water. Before I got into playing Magic today, I was listening to some Disney music. Good times. I got that stuck in my head. I'm just going to play Rest in Peace. Holding up mana for Fallout might be correct, but I'd rather just get this down now. Oh boy. Interesting. That thing is very fat. So, probably not Pod. Just looks like maybe junk with Ghost Quarter and an Ether Vial. So I could path here and it would stop him from pumping the birds. I think that's what I'm going to do. Not really concerned about the birds getting pumped so much as I am concerned about taking that 4 damage. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'll listen to some Disney music. I love me some Disney music. What's going on now? Oh, wow. That's pretty bad. Well, alright then. Arcslogger is going to be great when he comes down. Not sure what I want to do here. I might block and Fallout. Because the core Firewalker won't be doing a whole lot. Let's see what this is now. Oh boy. Okay. Back is up against the wall now. Not loving the Siege Rhino matchup. I've seen lists for this kind of deck. I don't remember them playing Vial, but I really like the Vial. It has made his army quite powerful. So right now I'm just hoping he doesn't pump the Siege Rhino. And he's not. He's choosing to pump the birds. Okay, so now we're going to cast Fallout. I'll gain our pitiful 1 life. We're certainly not down and out by any means. The changes I made to this deck make us a little more resilient to fat creatures like this. And then we're going to block this fella. Now our opponent is down to 1 threat, hopefully. But that 1 threat is a 4/5 with trample. Okay, so here we're just gonna drop Arcslogger. We could Lightning Helix Anger of the Gods the Rhino, but I'm not interested in letting my opponent 2-for-1ing me. So I was trying to talk about music, and stuff kept happening related to magic. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, double Siege Rhino. So it looks like I'm going to 2. Ugh. And so on my turn, I'm going to have to Anger Helix, which is unfortunate. If he has any creature, I'm pretty boned. Should have Lightning Helix first. But I doubt it'll be the difference maker. If I had had a 4th red mana, I could have actually killed that Siege Rhino as well. But it is not to be. It's very unfortunate. This version of the deck actually has fewer red sources to accommodate the core Firewalker. Yeah, so I've had Kiss the Girl from Little Mermaid stuck in my head for a while. It's a great song. Very, how should I say, inappropriate if you really think about it. It's very sexual assaulty, I guess we could say. And I think that's kind of bad. That's in kids' movies, but I think Disney movies from, the mid 80s on kind of get a bad rap for like sending little girls the wrong message because a lot of them are based around men, but pretty much every Disney princess since The Little Mermaid has defied their father in some way in order to be free. So I don't know what the hell the big deal is. Because I actually think that's a good message. Opponents played Athalia while we were not paying attention. So I'm going to Lightning Bolt the Scavenging Ooze here. And we're going to block and kill this Siege Rhino. God, Arcslogger. Look at all these awesome cards we're playing. Oh my god. He concedes. He's a 5. I don't know why he conceded. Arcslogger. Oh my god. Every time I play a game with this card, its value to me just goes up. It's so good. It's great in EDH. It's great in Modern. Like, what is going on in Magic? I don't know. Anyway, this is what the Day of Judgments are for. They're for this kind of match. Blood Moons seemed pretty good. He had a lot of non-basics. I don't know if it's exceptional, though. Rest in Peace is also fine. Wear Tear kills those vials. There's a lot of options here. I'm going to start by taking out the not-so-great stuff. I don't love Spark Trooper. Core Firewalker is actually not so great here. So we could bring in like a lot of good cards here. Combust, Volcanic Fallout, Anger the Gods, Blood Moon, Rest in Peace. Maybe we'll bring in 2 Blood Moons. Our opponent could be playing a slightly budget deck without Tarmogoyfs. So Rest in Peace might not be at its best. Maybe Spark Trooper's actually fine. I don't know. Volcanic Fallout was actually quite good in that game. The instant speed of it was very impressive. Yeah, maybe I'll bring the 3rd one of those in. I was really happy with it. Everything else looks pretty good, so let's go with this. Alright, back with the Arcslogger special. I think after this video, that's what this deck will be known as. And I took out an Arcslogger. What was I thinking? What a casual I am. Leading off with another Ghost Quarter Vial. Maybe should have brought in the Wear and Tear. We're going to Temple, just scry away any lands we find. That's not a land. Yeah, I really hope this deck is just half as fun to watch as it is to play. It just feels really powerful. With the changes I've made, in particular, Volley's coming out, that's fine. It just feels like... I don't even know how to describe it. I can't really think of a non-combo deck that this deck isn't just absurd against. That is, of course, a big problem. Like, if I play against Scapeshift, forget it, I'm done. if we're considering adding black, we can just throw some Thoughtseizes and Slaughter Games in the sideboard. And it'll do a lot of work against those decks. Our opponent is coming at us. I don't know how to feel about this Thalia here. I could deal with it now, but I could also just wait and try and blow him out with Volcanic Fallout. Let's see what he does. Not go crazy. Kitchen Fink? Yeah, I think I'll let Thalia stick around for now. Going to grab a Plains in case we draw a Blood Moon. Feel like that is the safest option. We've got tons of mana left to do other stuff with. There's no reason not to play Temple. Now I can't play Lightning Helix, but I can still play Lightning Bolt, Ding-a-ling. We did a team, etc., etc., etc. Opponent vialing in more things. Oh no! Touché. So I may actually hit the Thalia here. Try and bait out a Flicker Wisp. It also makes me take less damage. Or it could just be Gimongo greedy. No, Extangre will then kill the Flicker Wisp. I'm gonna be Gimongus greedy. Think? No, I'm not. I do need to preserve my life total to some degree here. No Flicker Wisp. Play a creature, yeah. No Siege Rhino. So now he'll be left with a Core Firewalker. And I get to play a Batterskull next turn. Basically, just want to avoid getting Siege Rhino'd. Feels bad getting beat by Core Firewalker, but it does not surprise me that other decks are playing it now. Opponents sit and Vial at 3. So I'm feeling pretty good about lack of Siege Rhino. So now we're just gonna drop Batterskull and hope that is not an Abrupt Decay in his hand. Oh, that's right. I'm out of mountains. That's fine. Batterskull. So yeah, really just hoping for the lack of removal here. No end of turn Abrupt Decay. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited to play all my good cards. What a poo. That's okay. We can still survive a while longer, especially with this Lightning Helix here. Next turn we can Helix and return Batterskull. Really hate that Batterskull is Batterskull. That it's like they saw its synergy with Stoneforge Mystic coming, and they're like, I'll just make it better. It would have been a lot more flavorful if it had just been 8 mana or 7 mana or whatever to make a new Germ token and attach to it. I think that would have been a much more interesting card. Plains is definitely going to the bottom. So our opponent's at 20, which isn't great, but he was at 18 when he conceded last game. So I'm hoping that we'll just get a premature concession again. I am going to Helix now, so I don't get killed by Siege Rhino in response. That would feel real bad. Opponent is going to stay at 20. And we're basically banking on this Batterskull now. Drawing one of our other 5-drops would also be cool. Gideon would be very strong right now. So we just gotta hope this germ token survives. And we would really love to draw a Path to Exile here. Opponent may just attack with Siege Rhino. I think that would actually be a better course of action for them. Oh, didn't attack with anything. Sure, fair enough. Okay. That's one way to do it. Alright. I think that wear and tear does need to come in. Blood Moon also seemed quite good. Tony Silence, not good enough. Yeah, I didn't see any compelling reason for more Rest in Peace. Core Firewalker blocks his Core Firewalkers, but that's not really that special. Maybe Anger's fine. We're going to cut lots of good cards here. We can cut a War Leader's Helix, actually. And one more card. One more card. We'll cut another Helix. I'm gonna go with this. I think it's good. So yeah, that whole game, even though we were so behind, it still sort of felt like we were in it. This hand is very cool. Finally got to play Gideon. Assuming we can get a second white source when Blood Moon's out. Yeah, I'll keep Marsh Flats. Guarantees us a second white, and it guarantees us a 4th land for Chandra. Are we finally getting Thought Seized? Nope. So I am just going to bolt the birds here. Especially if we're on this Blood Moon plan. It definitely seems much better. We can plop down a Scalding Tarn. This will find us a Sacred Foundry, and then Marsh Flats will find us a Plains. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. But we can kill it with Chandra. Now we've got enough white mana to play Gideon. Feels warm and fuzzy all over. Next turn, Chandra's going to be exceptional. Vile would be great for the opponent. It would basically be the only way they could stay in this game. And an Arbiter is basically irrelevant for me now. Yeah, I feel like we've pretty much just taken over. It's just interesting that, we get to play red and white and we have all these cards that just feel really good. Obviously, our opponent had no way. Like, look at all these. Look at them. They can't be stopped.